In the last video, we looked at how we could process one image and then synchronize the processing settings across several other images. In this case, it was 10 of them altogether within Adobe Camera Raw. Now, I'll just show you how we can continue with that particular principle. I'll just select that one there, and we know that that particular one was one of the ones that we processed in the previous video. So that's got the process settings, the kind of ideal process settings that we need to apply to the rest of these images. So I've got that one selected there. I'm going to press Shift key and select the next 10 images. And if I press Ctrl R, that opens it up into Adobe Camera Raw, and you can see the first one, which we processed in a previous video, has got all the settings there, including the detail adjustments as well. And if we look at the rest of the images, you can see all of the settings are neutral. Okay, so using that the principle that we used in the previous video, we could select that one there, Control A, which selects them all, go to our little menu, or we could just press Alt and S to bring up our synchronize panel there, choose the attributes that we wish to apply and select OK. And then we can see that all those images also have those settings applied. Okay, now you could keep on doing that and eventually get through all your images, and of course each one of these you can then just apply a little bit of a tweak to if need be. But there is a better way of doing this, so I'll just cancel that. And it's saying, do I want to cancel all changes? Yeah. Okay, so let's just go back to our original image, okay, and open that one up. Control R. Now what we can do is we can save the processing that has been applied to this image as a thing called a preset, and here we have the presets tab. Okay, now we can see that I've already got quite a lot of presets I've already created for different types of pictures that I've worked on. But for this one we can create another preset which we can then apply to all the other images if we wish. Okay, so with the settings of this image, you can see all the different settings that we've got here, the detail panel, any other settings we might have applied, some tone curve, HSL grayscale, any of these settings that we've set. It basically takes an image, a processing image of everything that was done to this photograph and saves it as a preset. Okay, so I'll go back to the basic panel. Okay, and now, so if we press the preset button, we can create a new preset. Okay, and the preset it's kind of confined to global adjustments. When you create a preset, you really need to think about the sort of processes that you want applied to subsequent images. You don't really want local adjustments applied to every single image, because the local adjustments would be inappropriate for certain parts, well, for virtually all the rest of the images. So you need to think about the attributes that you wish to be transferred to each of these the future images. Okay, so because these are aircraft pictures, I'm quite happy with all of these parameters, because I've only adjusted in the basic panel and the tone panel things that I think are applicable for this sort of image. So I'm going to click OK, but we just need to give it a name here. I'll call this, and I'll call aircraft, I'll call it demo just to distinguish it from my other aircraft presets that I've already got created. So I'll click OK, and you'll see that aircraft demo appears there. Now then, If we can see that we've got these are the adjustments here. If I was to apply a different preset, say the moon, now that was a totally different kind of process that isn't really applicable to this sort of image. I'll go back to the basic panel and you can see that the changes, color temperature, all of these things have changed. The vibrance has gone right up, saturation. So this is totally not applicable for this type of image, but we can experiment with the different kinds of presets that I've created. Okay, or we can just go back to aircraft demo, and all of the settings that I applied under that preset will then instantly be applied to that. So we can say done, and it will take me back to bridge. So I've basically created a development setting that I can subsequently apply to all the rest of the images. Now I've got 322 images here. I've only got rid of the processing settings for these images that you can see here. I've actually gone and processed the rest of them, so I don't want to upset the processing that I've done to subsequent images. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select that image there, shift press that, select that image there, and all 40 of the images, you can see 40 selected. I can now right click in here and develop settings. You can see develop settings. These are the presets that I've created, and down here we've got aircraft demo. Okay, and as I click on that, you should be able to gradually notice the images will be updated. So with a couple of clicks, I kind of process literally hundreds or thousands of images with the same development settings. So now if I select the first one in this row here, select the last one with the shift key pressed, Control R, you can see the first one. These are the settings that preset aircraft demo has applied to that image, and the same with the next one. Exactly the same settings, exactly the same setting. And we could just do a few little tweaks if need be to each individual image, but at least most of the adjustments have been done for you. The detail, you probably wouldn't need to change that at all. So maybe just one or two little tweaks, to exposure, depending on the variables inherent in all sorts of pictures. And then you just select them all. So select that one, Control A, open images, making sure that your workflow options are selected correctly, and then go on to process the images in Adobe Camera Raw. And that is how you can use presets to really speed up the processing of dozens, hundreds of images.